No, we had the idea first. The idea came first because we knew we wouldn't have a budget anyway. So yeah, but it's great because we got one overall feel: the floor, the dirt of the floor, the old texture of the palettes, the lace. It all has a harmonic palette going on there, and then the costumes and the orishas. Lots of different stuff. It's Trinidadian houses. It's light coming in through the windows and filters of the strong light of Trinidad, the old houses of Woodbrook, the old wooden houses rotting down and disappearing, which are so gorgeous, and the colors and textures, and just walking Puerto Spain, we got inspiration for it. And then things you can see through because they could be interesting for an audience. So people are peeking into the life of Medea, looking into her intimate life through the house. Hence the lace and the palettes, just using materials that you can see through, which sort of excite your curiosity and you want to take a peep inside her life. And we did a lot of recycling. That's the other thing we did. These things come for free. You just go and get them. Because theater will never have a proper budget. We'll never have the money we want. Well, most people think it's about making it look pretty. And pretty is definitely not the job. Pretty is what somebody else does. If you're making cakes, you want the cakes to look pretty. If you're doing sets, you want the space to say something and to be a character just like any other actor on that stage. So when people come in and they sit, they just see the space and understand what it's about. And they get transported to a different place. So it's a big job. It's much bigger than making pretty. It's sort of deeper and more poetic than just making pretty stuff. It's a messy process. It's a difficult. No, it's not messy because we're organized, but it's difficult. I mean, we do a model. We do a 3D model, which is really important for the director to see and understand the concept. And then we assemble it in real size at the shop. Not the whole thing because it's much too big, but parts of it we assemble at the shop to get a feel of how it really, really feels in space. And sometimes we invite actors to actually use things in the shop so they get used to the space. That's really important. I mean, what happens very often is that actors come to the stage without having seen the set ever, and then everything's a shock, everything is difficult, it's very scary for everyone. So we like actors and dancers to become acquainted with space in time so they make it their own. I don't like directors to tell me what to do because I'm rebellious. I rebel against that idea. No, but also because a smart director knows how to tap into the talents of his or her team. So if you're a smart director, you let people express themselves and then you'll gather in the end, the credit will be yours as director if the thing works great. Or if it fails, the director is obviously the head of the team. But a creative, intelligent director is open to the talent of his or her team. And Roma's very smart in that sense. She gave us free reign. We read the text. We heard her ideas, her basic concepts, what she wanted to do. And from there, we just did what we wanted to do. Scariest thing is what we never know, which is how the audience is going to take it. We never know if people are going to love it or hate it, if it's going to work or not. Because if you want to play it safe, you're going to be boring. You'll do the same set you've always done because you know it works for the audience, right? So you won't take a risk. And then you become boring and repetitive and you're always doing the same thing. And you don't want to do that. As an artist, you don't want to do that. You want to challenge yourself all the time. But that puts you in a very vulnerable position because you're risking it. People might hate it. 2 days from today, I might be the most depressed person or the happiest person in the world. I don't know. Because people might actually hate it. I don't know that. And I guess no one knows. The director does and the performers don't. So that's the risky thing about being in the performing arts. You just have to wait for people and pray it will work.
Want it small. Smaller the ways, the bigger it'll look, eh?
We actually started this whole process about mid-December, so about a month and a half from concept to the execution. Just labeling the costumes so that when they finished up with them, they'll know which hangers to put them back on. Trying to keep a little order in the wardrobe room. We're trying. Hopefully it will. Otherwise things get chaotic. Various places, mostly Jimmy Boo for the fabrics. Some pieces started off as bits from Goodwill that we repurposed. Yeah, various sources. The amount of hours you put in. I don't know if this is true for everywhere, but we actually do a lot of the making ourselves as well. So design and make. So there's a lot of hours of stitching and cutting and gluing and sewing. Yeah. On this production, no, although something that started off for one person ended up for someone else. Sometimes that kind of thing happens organically, but yeah, on previous productions, I've had to scrap things entirely and start over again.
This is our most complex costume just because of the amount of pieces that it requires. So right now we're teaching wardrobe mistresses how to put it on because they will be, conducting the dressing during the course of the show. So it's going a little tricky, but we'll see. Wardrobe mistress is the person who would be responsible for the care of the costumes backstage. That includes like cleaning, any little fixing, gluing, repairs, and dressing, of course. So we have 4 wardrobe mistresses.
I have a random question.
Hi. What's up?
Do I have permission to move your costume
To mash up the place.
into a position where it would supposed to be? Okay.
Yeah, just as long as it stays with the correct hanger. So when it
This
goes
is
back,
comes
yeah.
back
Yeah.
as well. Yes. We're back. That's like, I don't know what's going on because they're around hurting. They're distracted.
Can you put a piece of tape on it?
That would be lovely.
This is a brilliant idea. We're gonna
I
do
love
this
it.
too.
Yes.
So yeah.
As you see, click below. Love wardrobe department.
So tonight is really the dress rehearsal night, so we're just ready